Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to be joined today by Michael Campanelli, a photojournalist, exhibitor, and local resident. Michael, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you've taken a lot of photos of Route 66. How many photos have you taken of this popular roadway?
Oh, probably close to 30 or 40,000 with 35 millimeter.
Incredible.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So you know, and you're having an exhibit on the 4th of July in Eagle Point. And before we get to the details of that, why is Route 66 so important to you?
Well, it became important to me because of the reaction that people gave to me seeing my photographs of Route 66. And I was just showing nostalgic type pictures of images that I took across the country and had no idea what kind of emotions that it would bring about from the people that were coming to see my exhibits.
And it's a pretty big part of popular culture as far as roadways go, highways go. For anybody who doesn't know, though, where does the road go from A to B? If you
Well, from Chicago to Los Angeles. Starts at Lake Michigan and ends at Santa Monica at the pier.
Okay, and so why did you kind of choose this road? How many times have you driven it actually?
I have driven it now 75 times.
Wow.
And the original time I drove it, I was on my way to Detroit, Michigan from here and thinking about what route I wanted to take to get back to Detroit, and Route 66, for some reason unknown to me, popped into my head. So I did the road and drove it in 8 days, took 1,100 35 millimeter photographs, and then turned those into the exhibit that I put together, Route 66, a photo journal, which I ended up taking down onto the road. And one trip led to another with me moving the exhibit and just meeting interesting people. And
pretty incredible. So are you a photographer? Are you a photojournalist? This is something that you've always done, or is it just something you drove this road and you felt you had to?
Well, I've always had a camera on my shoulder. So for 40 years, I was always taking pictures. Without being a photographer, I was a house painter. But the camera was just always part of my life since right out of high school. So driving Route 66 and taking the photographs was a natural process for me to do. But what I was going to do with the photographs and what it turned into, there was no plan. I had no idea how that was going to come about.
Wow.
But they now say I have the world's largest Route 66 photo exhibit on display in Pontiac, Illinois, and in Tucumcari, New Mexico.
Wow, okay, and you're going to have some stuff going on in Eagle Point in a couple weeks, a little more than a week. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Yes.
We'll come back, we'll talk about that, what people can come and see. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Michael Campanelli, photojournalist, exhibitor. Route 66 is your calling. Clearly, you've taken thousands of photos, driven the road 75 times. Pretty incredible. You mentioned the exhibit that is currently you have in, I believe it's Illinois and New Mexico. You're setting up a temporary one in Eagle Point, where you live, on the 4th of July. Where exactly in Eagle Point is it going to be?
It'll be at the Eagle Point Community Center.
Okay.
So right in the center of town.
Sure.
Easy to find, and there'll be a lot of promotion, a lot of advertising, directing people to it.
You'll be there all day?
I'll be there all day on the 4th, setting up on the 3rd, and anybody's welcome to come down while I'm setting up and to talk and look.
Yeah, and you've talked about, you know, during commercial break, how nostalgic, how people love Route 66, and you've done a lot of these exhibits, obviously. What's the most common question you get at these things?
The most common question when I'm setting up off of Route 66 is people telling me that they didn't think they could drive on the road anymore. That they literally thought Route 66, since it was decommissioned, was taken off the maps and gone.
Really?
And in reality, the road runs through 200 towns across America and is basically Main Street America from Chicago to Los Angeles.
Wow.
And when you get out there and drive on it, it's like you're driving in one great big long neighborhood. And the friendliness and the camaraderie that goes on the road is it's amazing. And it's unlike any place else that I drive across America.
Wow.
Until people see my car and start talking to me about Route 66.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so I know we were talking about this before. I was during commercial break asking you about your favorite stretch of road. You said you can't even pick a favorite state. You
No,
say
I
you love
can't.
them all.
I can't.
I love that. I love that. I know it's a tough question to answer, but I want to talk about it because it's pretty awesome. Your website, if people want to see all the amazing photos, maybe get more information about next week's exhibit, where can they go?
They go camp66.com, and right at the beginning is the entire 166 photos that make up the original photo journal that I put out on the road. And then there's other information and a lot of other photos that people probably would enjoy looking at.
Pretty awesome. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you
Pleasure.
for bringing me down.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.